Hello Backroadians, Deborah the Bee back with another video from the Backroads. Thank you very much for coming by today. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday morning and I thought that I would do a video. I hope that your holidays were wonderful and that everything worked out wonderfully for you. Wonderful is the word of the day today. And I'm hoping that the first of the year is rolling along just righteous as can be. So today I thought I'd talk about a dilemma and what you would do within this dilemma and what I believe would be an option. Something that I've talked about quite a bit over, well, two different channels. Coffee. And I'll talk about the protocol on another video. I'll tell you what's going on with that. So today this is the dilemma. And I want to preface this with these facts. 40 million American citizens lost unemployment benefits. Whether that stays that way or not, these individuals lost this money. And whatever your judgment is of those that actually were receiving that, you have to understand that unemployment insurance benefits are paid by the employee and by the employer. So it's not like tax money that's coming out of people's pockets, right? And we all know that the 1% does not pay their share of taxes. They don't. There wouldn't be the term offshore account, Swiss accounts, whatever, if that were the case. And I'm pretty sure you know how I feel about the 1% humanity tax that should be 1% of all the 1%'s worth to save humanity. They should just cut us a check, man, instead of going to Ibiza or St. Bart's or staying a little longer in Aspen for the holidays. If we were all in this together and they're going to do PSAs, public service announcements, that are designed to sway the public in a specific way within whatever time, it could be crisis or just, milk and honey in the land. PSAs are designed for that. I used to read them when I was a radio DJ. So the PSAs were, hey, we're still getting all that food from all those businesses that aren't employing you anymore, but are still open for people like us. And we're employing those people that are driving around in all this scariness to bring us, the 1%, our food. They're taking that chance for us. And we're all in this together. Where were all the 1% when all these people that say that they want to make our America great again? Where were all the 1% when all this was happening, when they were rushing the Capitol and scaring the shit out of that African American guard? Are you guys serious? It's so sad what they put that man through. The reason why they're out in the streets. Lawsuits against those that are supposed to protect and serve us. And then to have these individuals break into this institution, and whether our system's broken or not, we still have to maintain some sort of civility. We can't tip the scales as the citizens. And these people are the 99%. I know they think that they're not, but you guys are. Because then 1% was in Ibiza, and they were in St. Bart's, and they were still in Aspen and Turks and whatever that other place is that they seem to be going to, because Ibiza's so 2020. So, come on, really? Now, of those 40 million people, those 40 million people weren't all single, right? So they had families. They probably had a husband or wife, significant other, whatever the situation anymore in this world is now. And they probably had a couple of kids. So you need to multiply that number by 4. And that's 160 million mouths to feed. Now, let's think about this, because I know you're not. This is 40 million people, human beings. They aren't numbers. We're not talking money either, because you don't understand the vast crevasse, this huge Grand Canyon that separates the 99% and the 1%. You don't understand it. You just don't understand it. So, that's 160 million mouths to feed, y'all. Golly, that's a lot of people. And, if you think about it really, this vast difference, we buy a t-shirt for $4 and they spend $4,000 on a t-shirt. That's a big difference. The t-shirt's a little different. Maybe the cotton's from Egypt or something like that, but not that much different. And we even have celebrities that's parents were celebrities, actors, whatever, different name back then. They were model. They got involved with Harvey Weinstein. Then they married a rock star and did some films, but that was about it. And now they sell a candle that smells like their vagina. And it sells out. That's kind of where we live in, y'all. Wow. I smell sex and candy, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's that candle over there. So, this is the dilemma, and this is almost 6 minutes in, because this is my video channel. I can do what I want. But, okay, so you got these people, 160 million people, and you got to think a quarter of the 160 million people probably have gone homeless, right? Not everybody has. And those people, those 40 million human beings, y'all, in the United States, 40 million human beings are forced. And there's children, and there's women, single mothers, there's old people. They're all being forced out. Even some of the wealthier 99% are looking at this. So 40 million more go out into the streets, where there was already a few at the very beginning of this that had to go out in the streets, and they were already joining those individuals that were already out in the streets. Such a huge, enormous amount that's been growing every year. And so, stepping over a homeless person as you walk into a cafe to have yourself a submarine sandwich, and you say, get a job, bum, is a little different these days. See, the 1% isn't, this arrangement, we'll have to build the big buildings, and you come in and you work, and we'll pay you a moderate rate of pay. Maybe give you some benefits, maybe not, but still. Might give you overtime, maybe not. Maybe give you some benefits from the holidays, maybe not. Just depends on the way that we work the system, the economic system, and how that looks. Bottom line, how it affects the business. Okay, so everything's going along, and you still have a home. You're in a little tiny itty bitty house like I am. And here's your little dilemma. I just kind of prefaced all that, so you kind of have that in your mind. You got grocery money for a family of, say, 4. You got grocery money for a 7-day week, but you only got money for 4 days. What do? Now, I've talked about fasting in the past, and I've done a lot of research on it, and you can look it up and see that fasting does, in fact, boost the immune system. And what we have traveling around here that, if you think about it, y'all, this is kind of ironic. Everything you look at in your house, if you turn it over, it says made in China, and there might be something else floating around that you can't see in your house or touch in your house, but it can sure touch you, and it's also made in China. Isn't that weird? Supposedly made in China, but anyway, funny, kind of irony of that. So you have a 7-day week to feed your family, and you only have 4 days worth of money for the food. So what do? You fast. And how do you do that? Well, I would say you do the Master Cleanse, because it seems like to me it would be the most affordable alternative to do. And if you have children, and as I talk about this, it always gets me hungry, and gives me, especially in the morning, I haven't eaten yet. But basically, fasting oftentimes is associated with religious institutions. And they truly believe in fasting to kind of prep the vessel to be a conduit for the Lord's work, or to be a conduit for the Lord's word, I guess. So, in saying that, as far as children during the days of fasting, this could be used as a motivator. It's used anyway in programming, especially the youth, in religion. Do you know what I mean? Programming is Santa Claus, y'all, and Easter Bunny. Right? It's just a reverse programming. They're hurt when they find out that you've been lying the whole time. The fantasy of it. The spirit of it, right? the spirit that drives an economy, pretty much, during a time when you really want people to embrace capitalism instead of embracing the reason for the season, in my humble opinion. But so here's how you do it. You fast on Monday, the first day of the week. You fast on the very first day of that week, because we kind of live our lives in weeks anyway. So Monday is a fast day. And here's why it can be a fast day, and I'll tell you that at the end of this, at the back end of this, because this is the back road. So we fast the first day. And what we're going to fast on is a Master Cleanse, 32 ounces of that. It's lemon water with agave nectar. Is going to probably be the cheapest thing you have, but if you can't even afford that, pancake syrup would work. We just need a sugar source there. We also need lemon or lime. Citrus is helpful. You really want to have that. And we also want to have some cayenne pepper, which is even, usually people have these little things, and they have cayenne pepper in here amongst a whole bunch of other things. If you don't have that, I'm pretty sure you can get that over in the camping section. I will get it. Seriously, it's got a whole bunch of little bits of spices, and if you don't use that much, or you're just experimenting a little bit with them and you don't want to buy a whole big deal of them, then use that. And if you do like the spice, don't buy in the little tiny things. Buy them in the pound bags, because it's like $98 a pound if you do it the other way. Seriously, you just need to start thinking, well, do what you want. I'm not going to tell people what to do anymore, but it would be possibly in your best interest to start thinking in bulk for the coming years, I suppose. So Monday we're going to fast. We're going to do 32 ounces of the Master Cleanse and 32 ounces of the purest water we can have. If you can't afford a really expensive like Berkey system or a reverse osmosis system, you can do something really kind of fringy. And that's get you some Post-it notes and a pen and start programming your water. Put it in a pitcher. Put a Post-it note, love or healing or something like that. Put it in your refrigerator and let it sit there overnight. In the morning, drink it up, knowing that that has been programmed with your intention, with the word. Water covers the entire globe pretty much. And if the dang moon can influence the tides, and stuff like that can influence the water that you're drinking. And if you think about it, you can think it into being. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But I don't know. It's better than not, think it is. Tap water, it's got all sorts of chemicals in it, it's not good for me. No, I've just programmed that water to be healthy. And it's going to help me to be healthier, and it's also going to help me to find better water. So, first day we're fasting. Let's say the first day the kid comes up, which probably will happen about the first couple of weeks, but after it won't, and I'll tell you why here in a minute, on the back end, because it's back road, and that's how it rolls. You tell the kid that you're fasting to keep the immune system boosted, because it's true, you're not lying to them. You're not like saying, no, there really is a Santa Claus or an Easter Bunny. You're going to tell them that you're fasting to detox the toxins so that you can make sure that your body's strong to not succumb to any viruses, cold, flu, or otherwise. You could tell them that you're fasting for humanity. You're fasting for Mother Earth, or you're fasting for God, or you're fasting really to save humanity, is what I would tell them. And to boost your immune system. And to drink more lemonade. It's called lemonade. So that's your first day, Monday. Tuesday you eat. But you eat foods like rice. You're going to eat things that are going to be filling. They're going to be smart choices. And they're not going to be full of fat. They're not going to make someone thirsty. They're not going to be full of sodium and such. Okay? You're going to smartly plan out your meals, and it's going to be more economically affordable and smarter for you. So you're going to eat on Tuesday, and you're going to fast on Wednesday. And you're going to go through the things with the kids, because that is the world that I'm talking about. And it's better than starving. It's better than starving or eating meager amounts each day. This really does help to boost the immune system. You really do need to think about it in a metabolic cleansing way. It really is important. This thing attacks the immune system. This is a very good thing to do for the immune system. So Thursday we're going to fast again, or we're going to eat again. So we're going to plan our meals. We're going to eat sensibly. We're going to eat the way that we can. And maybe we can't afford to make juices every day or smoothies or whatever, Maybe every morning's like brown rice porridge, or oats, you know, or grits, or whatever was on sale that you were able to buy in bulk. You guys have that for a little bit. Maybe put some apples or bananas in it because you can have that, and they had a lot of markdowns, bananas or something like that, and and was affordable within your budget. So we got Monday we don't eat, Tuesday we do, Wednesday we don't eat, Thursday we do, and then Friday, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, we don't eat. So we haven't eaten Monday, we haven't eaten Wednesday, and we haven't eaten Friday, and that's 3 days out of the week. I told you we had enough money for 4 days. So Friday we fast, and we know that this is the last day that we're fasting for this week. Thank God it's Friday, right? Because then Saturday and Sunday we're going to go ahead and eat both days on Saturday and Sunday because it's a weekend. And oftentimes people are home more. So they're going to be more, bored or whatever. And that type of thing is still going to happen even if the world turns out, to have food shortages is what I'm talking about. So, anyway, that takes us back to Monday. And that's the reason why on Monday, after eating for Saturday and Sunday sensibly, eating foods that helped, to stretch your budget, but also to stretch your stomach in a good way, to help you to feel full and to stay full. Like Chinese food, you eat it and like 20 minutes later you're hungry again. Well, this type of smart eating is not going to make you feel hungry in 20 minutes from that. And with the fasting, it is going to help your digestion. It's going to help you to eliminate more fully in between because you're eating every other day. It's almost like intermittent fasting in a way. So that's what I'm going to tell my family if we come to a situation where that is a possibility in the future. So 17 minutes in, let me tell you the scary thing that I basically came across years ago. I used to come across this lady that would go into trances like Edgar Cayce would, and she would discuss things that she would see. She didn't heal people, but she just saw things. So people would send stuff in, and she would try to feel them out, like a psychic. One day she said to her husband that she saw these armed soldiers surrounding Kansas farmers in a Kansas wheat field. And he was taken aback, and so was I. I was like, what? He asked her why they were there and why were they standing around these wheat fields. And she said they were making sure that the farmers worked the fields. They continued to work the fields despite what was going on. And see, the thing is now as I talk about it, I think that she said they were wearing masks. I hope not. But basically, he asked them why they were doing that. They said that they were making sure that they farmed because they were there to collect their debt. And then he was like, what? Collect their debt? What do you mean? And they needed them to continue working the fields so that they could take the grains back to their country and feed their people. And they were there to collect their debt. This is what she said, y'all. I never ever in a million years ever thought that anything like that would happen. But now we have China and Russia and basically our whole system right now, So think about what I said. And think about looking up fasting. And maybe think about doing a 3-day master cleanse. There's tons of videos on here. It's very easy and very affordable. And it is a way for you to experiment. It is important for us right now to get our bodies ready. You need to be ready for if there's no food. You need to be ready if you are going to have to give your food to your grandchildren or kids. You need to be ready about what you see in the streets from your windows. Trying to stay safe from a world on fire that I've said has been on fire for some time. All we would need right now is for the 1% to help out. To give a shit, man. If we're all in it together, where are they at? They're getting ready to perform, I guess. But that doesn't really help. There's people that need to eat, y'all. There's people that are out there. There's women and children. Did you see the pictures in Mexico? These people are crying. They want to come here because we stand for something. Still, even after all of this. Please get out there and spread those little pieces of peace, would you? It's really important. Thumb it up, subscribe, and share this idea if you want in the ways that you can. My name is Deborah the Bee. My hair's standing up. We'll see you all on down the road.